Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Or as a matter of fact, you know what? It's Black History Month, so we're going to do it like this. Welcome, Black, to my channel, y'all. And thank you so much for getting me to 101 subscribers. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I can't thank you enough for your likes, your comments, your shares, and most importantly, your subscriptions. Thank y'all so much. Please make sure that if you haven't already done so, that your notification bell is on. You all will not want to miss any of my content because I have a lot of awesome things lined up for you. Now, you may hear this, you may not, but I'm going to turn on my car because I am hot up in this joint. So let me turn on some AC in here. Yes, guys, I am in my car tonight and I am back. I am black once again. Of course, I'm a thinker. I'm very introspective and I'm very reflective. So I'm always thinking about things that are going on around me. A lot of my own personal experiences, a lot of other people's personal experiences, just a lot of things I'm always constantly taking in and reflecting upon. I wanted to talk about something tonight that I feel like is very important. A lot of people are in the midst of an identity crisis. Yes, we've got a lot of people around us that just don't know who they are. Now, is that their fault? No, because, we're people. We should know who we are, but we're all in a predicament where we really don't know the things that we need to know about ourselves. So we go through life and we come into contact with others and institutions like schools and institutions like churches and things like that who teach us to the best of their ability who we are as people, why we do the things that we do and such. But when do we really begin to step into our own awakening of who we truly are as created beings? Whose responsibility then is that? When we go to church, we learn about God and how we should act towards God and humanity. When we go to school, we learn how to, go through life and we study to show ourselves approved in school. And if we want a profession, we have to learn those things before we can step out and practice. But when it comes to learning and knowing who we are, whose responsibility is that? Well, I am not 100% sure whose responsibility that is. But if I could say, I think that the responsibility of learning and knowing who we are is ours. We have to learn ourselves, and learning ourselves comes with a lot of unlearning of false doctrines and lies and things that we've been told all our lives, and the cliches and the things that may just simply not be true, things that are no longer working for us. There are a lot of us out here who are in an identity crisis. We don't know who we are, so we're constantly looking for validation through other people. And looking for validation through other people is a very dangerous game that we play with ourselves, because we're not being authentic when we're constantly searching and looking for something in someone else. If we don't have certain aspects for ourselves, we're never going to be able to live peacefully, searching and finding those things in someone else. Identity crisis. There are many of us who are undergoing an identity crisis. Before I came into the acknowledgement of who I am as a woman, who I am as a mother, who I am as a created being, I was also in an identity crisis. I needed to feel like I was a part of something. So I got mixed up with the wrong kind of people. People who I thought were supposed to love me, people who I thought were supposed to validate me, people who I thought that were supposed to boost me up. I continued to run into disappointment after disappointment because, plain and simple, it was not the job of these individuals to help me understand who I was as a person. It was my job. But I had to bump my head against the wall many of times before I came to such a grand realization. Identity crisis. Who are you as a person? Do you know? Are you beginning to know? Have you acknowledged that you are more than what you think you are? Have you acknowledged that you're more than your past and the unfortunate situations and the unfortunate circumstances that you've had to face in life? Have you acknowledged that you are more powerful than anyone could ever tell you? Identity crisis. That was just something that was on my heart and mind, guys. I really want for us to start to love ourselves like never before. Start to get to know ourselves. Start to acknowledge who we are. It starts with self. When I see people who are doing everything to fit in, not realizing their own power and their own worth, it saddens me because I know the trauma that comes from. A lot of things have happened in our childhoods. A lot of things that have happened in our past that cause us to associate ourselves with people in situations that we have no business associating ourselves with. But it's okay. We no longer have to continue the cycle of going through an identity crisis where we are looking for others, people, places, and things to validate us, to tell us who we are, to big us up. We have to learn how to do those things for ourselves, because I'm telling you, falling in love with yourself is the best thing that you could ever do. Healing is the best experience that any of us could ever have. Life is so beautiful, but remember, life is only as good as your perspective of it. If your perspective of life is that you're nothing without friends, you're nothing without a man, you're nothing without a woman, you're nothing without your job title, then life will not be as happy as it's supposed to be. But when you change your perspective, when you start to get into you, when you start to get to know you, know what you like, know what you don't like, know your power that you hold, whether it be motivation, ambition, whether it be that you are extremely talented and that you can organize or set things up. You may be a well-versed individual that has a wellspring of knowledge and you can help people. Those are talents. Those are great and powerful things that you withhold. That's a part of who you are. Those little things are a part of your identity and who you are. Embrace that. Don't look for it in other people. Life is only as good as your perspective. When we are loving ourselves, when we are validating ourselves, when we are finding the shining light within, that's when life begins to become a little more sweeter, a little less stressful, a little more joyous, and a lot more happier. It starts within. Let us all break the cycle of identity crisis and let's step into the power that we hold for ourselves. Of course, y'all know I don't hold y'all up with these long outdrawn videos, but I did want to drop some jewels tonight. So I thank you for listening. And as always, I will see you on the next video. Good night, everyone.